and hazy dreams, where time slows down and the light gently gleams. Floating melodies, soothing beats arise, taking us away where imagination flies. Close your eyes, enter the dreamland serene, where the subconscious tells a story yet unseen. Loved by the rhythm, a trance slowly unfolds in this realm of tranquility where peace beholds.
Good morning, everybody. I hope this video finds you well. As I've mentioned before in various other venues, not necessarily on YouTube or in Patreon, but in writings and in discussions, the use of 3D topography is a helpful crutch to help us visualize what's going on. It's a methodology that we use for us to visualize things. But the true, accurate way things happen goes far beyond that simple visualization. If you've read my earlier writings, my basics for this series, you'll see that I go through that. I go through the one-dimensional paper, and then the two-dimensional, and the three-dimensional, and then I talk about things. Well, I like to use the three-dimensional topography because it's a very, very handy way of illustrating things. And in this video, we're going to talk about how thoughts, desires, can alter this topography without going on a slide. Now, a slide is you have two separate world line templates, and you slide off one and get onto the other one. And I think that's easy for us to visualize, right? You're an ant on a piece of paper. You jump off that piece of paper and you land on another piece of paper. That's called a slide. But you can alter the topography. You can raise the mountains, lower the mountains, create hills and valleys in this topography, in this map, by the force of your affirmations and sheer willpower. If you recall, when I talked about what happens when you have a very big goal and you create this crater effect, the crater effect, that as you get nearer to this massive affirmation that you have wanted forever and ever and ever, and you get near it, there's this period of dwell, this period of quiet, this period of airlessness for your sails. And it is at that point in time. It's at that point in time where it seems like something's really strange going on. Well, that's a cratering effect, and you, by your affirmation, created that massive crater, and your affirmation is sitting in it. The entry point to your affirmation is sitting in that. Okay, the entry point. So it's very easy to imagine this. You've got a crater, you've got a world line template with mountains and hills and valleys, then you've got this crater, sitting in the middle of it is your affirmation goal. Once you achieve that world line where you're sitting in it, things start moving in different directions and the topography changes. So here I want to talk about the topography is constantly moving. Again, if you watch my earlier introductory videos, you'll see that the world lines are constantly changing, and they look like the surface of an ocean. Look like the surface of an ocean, guys. And since they look like the surface of an ocean, it's constantly changing. Once you make a big splash in that ocean, there's going to be ripples, and that's essentially what happens. So when you're doing your affirmation campaigns and you put an affirmation that you want something to happen, naturally other things are going to happen. You are going to set in place a series of other event cycles. Some of them are wanted, some of them are unwanted, and some of them are just unusual, but you will always do that. With every goal that manifests, you will have other ripples. And these ripples go on harmonics, with the most significant ripples followed by the next most significant ripple, followed by the next most significant. You have these ripple effects. Let's suppose you wanted a house. That was a goal that you had, to manifest this house. When the house manifests and you're moving into the house and you discover, much to your disgust, that the neighbors are of poor quality and they're playing in your yard and eating your apples and parking their car in your driveway and all kinds of stuff. It's a ripple effect because you were not anticipating those changes, and so those changes manifested. There's no way for you to predict the future and think of every single contingency. There's no way you can. So you're going to have these events cycle up and kind of disrupt your life. And I'm sorry about that, guys. That's the way it works. So the best thing for you to do, always, the best thing for you to do is always go forward, hit your affirmations. Know that the mere fact that you're doing affirmations are causing all kinds of other things going on. A lot of them you won't see, some of them you will, and that generally, since you're controlling this splashing of the water surface, so to say, since you're causing the splashing, you have the ability to customize it to become the heaven that you want. And do not be overwhelmed. Okay, so you got a neighbor who's parked in your driveway. Okay, that's a side effect of getting the house. All right, then you do some other affirmations and you adjust. You adjust. Feedback loops. You constantly adjust. And that's how it works. As I've said before, guys, affirmation campaigns are not for the light of heart. Okay? You just cannot think that there's not going to be any consequences. There is going to be consequences. We just want them to be pleasant ones. So do not fear. You might be surprised. And with that, guys, please like and subscribe. Remember that I believe in you. Be kind to dogs and cats. Be the best you can possibly be, and enjoy yourself some good, delicious food. Take care, people. Bye-bye.
The haze of a quiet Sunday morning, lost in thought, imagination soaring. Dreamlike melodies fill the air, creating a world where I'm happy in there. Close my eyes and let the beat take hold. Lost in a dream, I am never growing old. The rhythm flows through my veins, setting me free. In the slow, soft and gentle